Hey, welcome to another episode of the Fit for Purpose podcast, where we believe that exploring fitness and health can help you lead a life of purpose. I'm Brandon. This is Jacob.
Yeah, in today's episode, we cover the 5 mistakes that are potentially holding you back in your fitness and wellness journey. And we also offer some solutions that you can take home and apply.
Yeah, and if you enjoy this episode, be sure to follow us on Spotify and like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Join us for this episode.
Letting the brain drop down into the body, getting out of the thought loop, and walking is so good for that.
Yeah.
That's why so many problems feel like much more manageable after a walk or during a walk. I mean, you're just like stuck.
This is like powerful conversation, like, because I think there's a lot in this as far as like how we feel about ourselves, how we internalize ourselves. Dude, I just think we steal away the joy of our progress if we're constantly just looking outside of ourselves.
Yeah, we've said this before, but to the extent that our advice helps you, then it's true, right? So that's all it is. It's like, let's explore, let's integrate some ideas into our lives, explore, experiment, try things and see what works, what sticks, what feels good, and that's how we find out how to move forward.
And then it's like your little Boy Scout badge. You added that habit.
Boom.
Work for the next one.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was scrolling Instagram today and I came across this guy's page and he's pretty jacked, but every post is about like low volume training instead of high volume training. Like all of his posts are like, you only need to do, 1 to 2 sets 2 times a week per body part, but just keep doing what you're doing. Stay stuck. I'm like, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, you only need to lift 3 days a week, but go ahead, keep training 5 to 6 times a week and stay stuck. Like,
it feels like pretty passive aggressive.
It's like, it's just like an interesting way to like catch attention and
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about that, like the less is more approach, like, or less but more effective approach. So
yeah,
in some ways he's not wrong.
You can definitely overtrain.
Yeah.
And definitely in some ways he's not wrong. It's just I'm always interested by people's approach to how they're getting their message out there.
Definitely.
And but I mean, as Instagram as a platform is like a short attention span platform. So I guess if that's what's capturing people's attention, then
that's what it's all about too. Like I'll even find myself like when I'm posting reels being like, would I actually like say it like that? I feel like I'm more like I try to be more like kind about the way that I say things, but I've even like posted stuff that's maybe a little more aggressive than I would word it. But in some ways it is like you're trying to get that click. You're trying to get that watch. And in some ways, like in that brief little moment, like make someone feel something tangible that they're like, they create action because of it. Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It's hard to have a long form intellectual conversation about a topic in 60 seconds.
Yeah. So and that's why we bring them here, baby. Come on now.
Exactly. So you can like, as long as you're doing it in a way that is strategic of like, I'm going to make this kind of egregious claim.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to, then I'll guide you somewhere to actually learn more about what I'm trying to tell you. Because that can capture attention well.
I appreciate it when it's done in maybe like maybe it is that, like you said, egregious claim, but it's done in a way that like, this is not my perspective, but now that I've got your attention, go to the comments and here's what I'll actually explain. Like, you know what I mean? And you give that real perspective and understanding to what you're talking about. And it's not just like total nonsense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that totally made me think about the episode we talked about, like one of our first episodes. Yeah. We're talking about, looking out for people that are dogmatic.
Sure.
And that made me think of that because this guy's like, only train low volume, only do 3 to 8 reps per set.
Yeah. And it's like, do you think that guy's actually doing that? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know.
It must be. He must be.
He must. Right. We'd hope if he's standing on the hill.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, is someone like that, like he was pretty, obviously had been working out for a long period of time. Like someone like that has been training for, 15 years probably. So they definitely have an idea of what works.
Yeah.
But also their physique is not necessarily just
because of that.
because of that specific
And
thing.
maybe that's the way they train now to maintain, because like maintaining muscle mass versus building muscle mass is totally different too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And something that doesn't get talked about a lot is that if you are someone who has been training for a long time and you're strong and you're big, you can do enough to where you can crush your nervous system. So say your max squat is 100 pounds. You can handle more reps and sets at 60 to 80% of your 1 rep max in a week without frying your nervous system.
Totally.
Whereas if your squat max is 500 pounds, you're not going to be able to do as many sets at 60 to 80% of your 1 rep max in a week without crushing yourself.
Yes.
Because
You've raised your threshold of,
the bigger and stronger you get,
the more that you need to.
Yeah, the more rest you need to take between, because to get a stimulus, when you're that strong, to get a stimulus to stimulate growth, you have to, like if your max is 500 pounds, you need to be doing reps at 350, 400, 425 pounds in order to create a stimulus.
Yeah.
But there's still the aspect of the nervous system and the soft tissue, like the tendons and ligaments and stuff, that's taking a beating that you're gonna need longer to recover than someone who only squats 100 pounds.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they like say that guy, for instance, he's talking about training lower volume, doing sets of 3 to 8, only doing like 2 or 3 sets per body part per week. That might make sense for someone
his size.
Been training for like 15 to 20 years and is like really, really strong, versus someone who's a beginner. Like, you could probably train your lower body like 3 days a week with, a little bit less intensity.
Totally.
So
a good example of that, like, I mean, I was out of commission from like training really intensely for, probably 8-9 months. And it was funny because I, at the start of it, had an in-body to reference, and at the end of it had an in-body to reference. And like, I gained a little bit of body fat in that time just because I wasn't able to train as hard, which is expected. But I was actually really surprised to see how much like lean mass was retained. And it just goes to show like, you just need that little bit of, once you've done the work, you've done the diligence to like get to where you want to be, then like life becomes pretty easy to like maintain what you're doing. But but it's harder to make progress. But But if you want to then build upon, and absolutely.
Yeah, the longer you've been training, the harder it is to make progress, but also the easier it is, in a sense, to keep the muscle around.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to stimulate.
Totally.
You could stimulate like aggressively, like once a week and maintain.
Yeah, I've got a neighbor who's he is like amateur strongman, so it competes like regionally for his age bracket. Dude is a unit. Like, I'll walk past his garage, like we'll go back and forth from the park. The other day I was walking over, axle bar deadlifting 500 pounds for reps. Like, if you know an axle bar, it's like that thick bar that does not bend. Plates on plates stacked on there. He's like, you want to come get a set in? And I was like, no.
You want to jump in on this? You're like,
just casually, like,
tomorrow. I just did deadlifts.
But just thinking about like your threshold conversation is like, that's his like 60%, 70%, which is just mind blowing. But nuts. Yeah. But dude, so I was gonna hit you with this, or you can hit me with it. But so something that my family and I do. It's been a fun thing that like my daughter loves to like start as we sit down and have dinner, is this idea of like high-low buffalo. So you share like a high of your week, you share a low of your week, and then you share a buffalo, which is like, and this is kind of like goofy, like, church going, like you do in Sunday school type activity, but it's fun. I got little kiddos, but the buffalo is the fun part of it because it's something just like random and weird that like has happened to you in the day. And it's fun. So I was thinking, hit you with it, or you can hit me with that. Just a little conversation starter. You know what I mean?
What's the significance of the buffalo? Is that just like a random animal, or is there like some sort of representation there?
I don't think there's any. I think because it's like,
it just rhymes with low.
It rhymes, and it's like, it is random, right? So then that's the idea, is like it's it's something that maybe caught you off guard or something that unexpected, and it doesn't have to be like a negative thing. It could just be like I didn't think that was going to happen today. Like, example, took my daughter on a walk, and like I like was going to go for like a ruck. Like I had my weighted vest, and I was like, yeah, like she can ride her bike. But her bike training wheels were not on, so I had to like install them before leaving. So I got this 20-pound weighted vest, right? And I install, and I'll get to the point of that as we go. But I try to install the training wheels. We ride all the way to like this coffee shop that's probably about 1.5 miles away from our house. And the thing is like one of the wheels is coming loose the whole time. So we're hanging out at the park. She's like, I gotta go to the restroom. That coffee shop was like pretty close, way closer than going all the way back to our house. So we went there. And on the way there, now we're like furthest distance from our house. The wheel falls off.
Oh, nice.
The training wheel. And she can't like ride her bike yet. Like
You better
2 wheels.
figure it out.
Yeah. Now's the time, babe. I'm just kidding. So it pops off and I was like, sick. So then it was like I had to carry the vest. That was the point I was trying to make. And then plus now I had to carry her bike on my back while she's walking by me the entire way home, like
Nice.
2 miles or whatever. And it was just one of those moments where I couldn't like show my daughter that I was like frustrated, you know. I had to be like dad mode, like, you doing okay, babe? Like checking in on her, like making light of the situation, because I was like, I can't let her see like this is not her fault at all. It's definitely dad's for installing it. And then my wife is working out in the garage at home as we're like walking down the street. And also on top of that, my phone died. So she's texting me, little did I know, like, hey, you guys doing okay? Like, what's going on? And
Like,
then she looks out and sees us just like marching down the street. I've got her bike on my back and just like, hey, here we are. So that's like a example of a buffalo.
Good thing you train.
And that, yeah, dude.
You would have been stuck.
Exactly. That's why fitness matters.
Right there.
But yeah, example of a buffalo.
Buffalo.
So, it could be literally anything, not to put you on the spot, or even a high. What was a high of your day?
I don't even know, man.
Today was a day.
I don't even know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Let me think.
You ate some good food.
Oh, every day.
Trained hard, probably. Was it a train day or a rest day?
I worked out.
Nice.
I actually didn't train that hard.
Oh, okay.
But intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get to eat good food every day, which I love that.
Yes.
That's like a priority for me.
I've been envious of your stories. I've been watching you and trying to like do my diligence to kind of follow in suit. I feel like you're my gauge of like I need to keep myself in line a little bit more.
I just keep it simple though. It's like
I know that's and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I keep it so simple, but I enjoy those foods. Like I've had multiple people ask me like, do you get tired of eating eggs every day? I'm like,
it tastes so good.
No,
dude.
I look forward to it every morning.
Dude, you throw some like my big thing. I'll do like I'll take cottage cheese. I like scrambled eggs, and I'll take like cottage cheese and like whip it in there.
Oh yeah,
to add a little bit more protein. But even that, it's like fluffy. It's a little bit more salty. And it's just good. And when you eat it, you feel good. So it's like, why wouldn't I do that?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Someone asked me today, like, you don't ever want like pancakes or French toast or something?
No.
I'm like, I mean, I guess it's enjoyable for a few minutes, but then I never like feel good afterwards. Yeah. Which then sucks. You're going about your day. You're trying to, accomplish things. You're trying to work. And it's like, I don't want to be distracted by like my stomach feeling bloated or feeling low energy because I ate something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather enjoy. I can have a sweet tooth, but I like decadent foods too. Like
savory.
Savory. That's the word I'm looking for. Is like, I would rather have like eggs with salt and like some breakfast sausage and some sharp cheddar or something.
Dude, like that bacon along those lines for me.
Yeah, bacon, that sounds better to me than
top 3 favorite foods.
Bacon.
Oh yeah, it's so good, dude. Yes.
Dude, chicken and bacon is like a low key slept on combination.
Because you get the fatty with the little bit leaner protein.
I don't know.
Or what's that like?
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
chicken and bacon is like a
Some smokiness.
fantastic combination.
I had salmon and bacon, which is fat on fat, but that's insane too.
Have you had a salmon BLT before?
That's what I had today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
At Liberty
At
Market?
Liberty Market,
Yeah.
dude, shout out.
Yeah. Gluten-free bun?
I took half of the bun off.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then a little side salad action because I wasn't about to go crush.
Because you're a fitness guy.
Because I'm a fitness guy. That's it.
Because I work out. I'm a fitness guy.
But that combo, dude, and there's this little bit of like, dude, people are going to be watching this and they're just like, I'm so hungry. This is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Dude, they do this like little bit of like sriracha aioli with the salmon and with the bacon.
It's
and
fantastic.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
so good.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that to be said, I'm blanking on a buffalo, man.
That's fine.
Shoot.
That's usually me.
Really?
Yeah, like my daughter is adamant that we do that, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, babe. Like I'm just trying to eat. Like,
I'm just not paying that that close of attention, I guess.
Well,
Shoot.
and like the odds of those things happening, like I think it's just far and few, and that's what makes it goofy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, I like it. I love the question too because it gets you just kind of reflecting and thinking.
Yeah. For us, it's that conversation starter because like we try to be like, I guess we're blessed in the sense where both my wife and I work from home and we do get to see our kids a lot, but you know, a lot of that is just like, hey, don't do this. Stop beating up your brother. Like, you know what I mean? So intentional conversation, I think, is key, and just being able to like have that moment to sit down and she's excited about it. And it's like, usually my wife and I are just sharing that our win was like whatever we did with the kiddos. Like, and then she's just like, really? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But yeah, we just, you know.
That's cool. I love it. Yeah, actually,
cool.
when I was growing up, my family used to do that every night at the dinner table. We would do high and low.
Yeah.
And we do it for the day. And the rule was your high couldn't be right now at dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
as a kid, that's what you.
You'd be like, dinner right now?
Right now? This is, yeah.
No, you got to pick something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did get a custom license plate in the mail today.
Nice.
Huge.
What it is, I'm assuming Fox Fitness of sorts or something.
Yeah, so it just says Fox Fit on it. But
dude,
the first time I've ever
sick.
Yeah, the first time I've ever actually ordered a custom license plate.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, this is cool.
I'm actually kicking myself that I did. So I just recently ordered a new one too. I like, there's this one that's like blue and black and it just looks
the
super
State 48
clean.
one?
Yeah.
That's the one I got?
It doesn't have the State 48. It's but it's the same colors.
Oh.
It just is missing the little like icon in
but
the
it's
corner.
okay, yeah, but it's black and blue.
But I should have done a custom one too, dude.
I got the black and blue one.
Crown. Come on now.
Come on, Crown Performance Training.
Crown. Yeah. I have a sticker on the back of my truck, but I messed up because it doesn't say training, so it just says Crown Performance, and people are like, "What the hell is?
What is that? What kind of performance?
What even is that? What are you performing?
Is it like an acting?
arts?
Is it like an acting school or something? The arts. Crown Performance.
Anyways,
Art school.
yeah,
Nice.
that's me.
Yeah, you're artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude.
we're talking about the top 5 things potentially holding you back.
Yeah, 5 mistakes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just make this clean, straightforward, actionable for people.
Definitely.
I want people to just be able to walk away from this with like tangible, things that they can grab onto and make some changes in their lives, of some potential mistakes that they're making right now that are holding them back. Either in their fitness journey or continuing to make progress with their health and fitness.
Yeah.
Or even just kind of stopping them from like really getting going. So, yeah, man, 5 mistakes.
Yeah, they could be even easy, like as we dig in, starting places.
Yes.
Not just like, it kind of gut checks of like, am I making sure that I'm doing this, 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 and this? And if I am, you're on track.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love it. So we've got 5 mistakes. The first one is not having a plan around your nutrition.
Yes.
And that, basically just means if you're winging it, then it's guaranteed that you're not going to be consuming quality whole foods. Just with the current state of our society.
Yep.
If you're not being intentional with your food, if you're not creating a plan, if you're not thinking ahead, then it's very, very likely that you are going to end up eating shit food because that's just
what's readily available.
It's what's out there.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you look,
Yep.
whatever you can grab to eat fairly quickly is pretty much shit food, unfortunately.
Yep.
So,
yeah, and even if you are being mindful and you're trying to like, I would phrase it as like intuitively eating. Even in that, you can get yourself in trouble.
Oh yeah.
So like you could be making the right choices of pursuing the right foods. But here's like an easy example is like, let's say you did avocado toast. That's a good option.
It sounds healthy.
It sounds healthy. But if you had the whole avocado versus like a little schmear, we'll call it, that's a difference of like hundreds of calories.
Yep.
That at the end of the day could be putting you out of a deficit or whatever your goal is as far as your body composition.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of avenues we could go with this. Like,
yeah, I mean, in that example alone, like, okay, say you're being kind of mindful and you're thinking about grabbing something, you know, fairly healthy, and you go with avocado toast, which, you know, fairly whole food base is not, you know, not necessarily unhealthy, but you could be easily eating 50 grams of carbohydrate, another 40 to 50 grams of fat,
sure,
with depending on how much avocado is on there, and then maybe there's like an egg or 2 eggs on that avocado toast.
Yes,
so you're looking at what, 14 grams of protein.
Yeah,
that's not going to set you up to hit, you know, 100 to 150 grams of protein throughout the day in order to reach that protein goal that you kind of need to be at if you're, you know, if you're working out, or if your plan is to try and build some muscle or get a little bit leaner, or even just for general health.
Yeah.
We need protein.
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, just as an example, like a piece of avocado toast or 2 pieces of avocado toast, fairly healthy food in that it's not processed, but you might be eating a lot more calories and a lot less protein than you would be trying to get if you were being intentional.
Yeah, like it's like that old adage, like too much of a good thing is potentially not a good thing.
Almost always.
So yeah, and then I would like to think a lot of the people I serve and you serve is like parents, like that. I like to use the phrase like parents and busy professionals, because it's like busy parents, busy professionals. Like if you're not intentional, like we're saying, like everything that you're doing is like those quick last minute thoughts, like just off the cusp of whatever you're feeling or whatever's available. And yeah, like I know even for myself, like while I try to do my diligence to be mindful about my food, like if I'm not intentional, like that looks like Chick-fil-A, that looks like Chipotle, that looks like whatever can easily be ordered. That looks like, you know, if we haven't gone to the grocery store and like the kids have something to be at or whatever, you don't have time to make it. That looks like whatever's in the fridge. Or so again, even if you're mindful about your food selection and you have these like priorities around how you select food, like if you're not intentional, like that still can be like convoluted with missing the mark on your goal. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, absolutely.
And that depends too on like how specific your goal is or how lofty your goal is.
Absolutely.
Right? Like if you're trying to get down to like 7% body fat, you're going to have to track your calories and your macros, or just starve yourself, which is not recommended. But you know, say you are just trying to be healthy and being mindful of that. Again, if you're not planning ahead, then it does end up looking like, you know, and Chipotle isn't a bad option. Yeah. But lower quality meat, they're using processed oils to cook the food in. You know, pretty much anytime you eat out, you're getting hit with, you know, some sort of processed oil, which is going to cause inflammation and, you know, other potential extra fat gain because of that inflammation and because of the way the body reacts to the processed oils.
And they have the other thing I'd note on that too is like they have the ability to like flex those numbers. So like, you know, let's say you are tracking and you might put that into MyFitnessPal. Let's use the Chipotle bowl as the example again. Like it has the ability to have like 20% variance. So like, absolutely, dude, you could track it as whatever somebody has inputted it in as before, and maybe it's 300-400 calories off actually, or maybe they were heavy handed and like give you that big old, you know, scoop, and because it's there, you're going to crush it. Like, absolutely. So, yeah. So, you know, talking about solutions, it's for me, what I usually present my clients with, I tell people to think about is you can track your calories, right? And track your macronutrients, which I recommend if you've never done it. I think it can be really beneficial to do that at least for a period of time because it's really eye-opening and it helps you to see
what foods are high in carbohydrate, what foods are high in fat, what foods are high in protein, so that when you do go back to like a more quote unquote intuitive style of eating, you have a better idea of what is actually going on.
Definitely.
So tracking your food can be a huge tool and just like a big, kind of educational piece for people to see firsthand what they're actually putting into their bodies as far as, macronutrients and calories go. But then like you were just talking about busy professionals, parents. I have clients that don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Or I'll recommend it and they just won't do it. It's just
it's like there's something to that too. Like there's almost always this maybe attitude of anxiousness around it, or this is going to be an overwhelming task, or
or I get it. Someone they receive hundreds of emails and texts and calls on their phone all day long. I get it, but if you're not going to track calories and macronutrients, then we've got to create some sort of guideline. We've got to create some sort of boundary for the way that you're eating if we want to move in a certain direction.
Yes.
If you don't care about your progress as far as building muscle or losing body fat or getting healthier, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to move in a direction and be specific with that direction as far as, again, building muscle, losing body fat, having better mental clarity, having more energy overall, if you want to move in that direction, then we have to change what you're doing right now, and we're gonna have to create some boundaries. We're gonna have to create some guidelines.
Yes.
And for some people, this works really well. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna track my food, but I'm not gonna eat any bread or chips or tortillas for the next 30 days.
Like hand selecting some specific things.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna eat a serving of eggs or meat with each meal.
Yep.
And I'm gonna eat that at the beginning. I'm gonna prioritize that. So like whatever works for you, but creating some sort of like kind of hard stop or guideline or boundary where it's like, okay, I've set this guideline, I've set this rule for myself, and I'm gonna stay within that for the next 30 days, and I'm gonna see how I progress.
Yeah, I like that as a tool even too, because I think a lot of when it comes to like changing like nutrition for people, I think why a lot of some people maybe can't adhere to it in the long term is because they feel restricted. But the idea that you presented of like, I'm going to add in a serving of protein and a serving of fruits or vegetables, or whatever that is, each meal, it's not that you're taking away. It's just that you're saying, I'm going to add this. And it's funny because like what happens is by adding that value in, you're most likely going to be eliminating stuff you don't have the room for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You only have so much room on your plate. You only have so much room in your stomach.
Some of those foods are so filling too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, sometimes it doesn't feel like I have a stop. Like I could just keep going on, if I got like some French fries in front of me or something.
Definitely.
Yeah. I get in that mode sometimes. But I just had a client this week who, he's a newer client. He wants to lose some body fat, and he's super busy, runs a business. He doesn't want to track his food. He was telling me, after doing some questioning and talking to him, his typical breakfast is a granola bar and a Fairlife protein shake. Like, okay, we don't have to track your food.
Totally.
But from now on, your breakfast is 3 eggs, 1 egg white, and some fruit if you want. That's all we're changing for now.
Yep.
So, and he could grasp onto that and apply that and start moving forward with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, okay, if you don't want to track, but at least we're being intentional now. It's like, okay, this is a plan that I'm going to stick to.
Yes.
So if you have a plan, if you create some sort of guideline, again, it doesn't have to be tracking, but if you can create a guideline and stick to it, then you're going to start making progress in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think another big one too, easy one is just replace more meals out with meals at home.
Oh, yeah.
Because, if you can, that is like one area that you can be in control of. Something that I kind of was thinking about this week was the idea of keeping your shopping simple too. So like protein and produce. Because, I think about this every time I like go into the grocery store, and I can't help but just I'm not trying to judge, but I can't help but just look at the carts that are passing by, and it's just like, why do we need that? it's just the like everything is like a box thing, a packaged thing, a snacky thing. And I think in some ways we start putting those things in our carts, and then it's the habitual, like every time I go to the store, I have to get that thing.
Yeah.
And you get stuck to it. But like, what if your shopping was like so much more simple of like that protein and produce, and like get the bulk of what you need in quality foods. And then, as you head to the exit and those other aisles are there, it's like, then grab a few things that you appreciate, right? Or that your kids will snack on or whatever. But it just makes it simple, because then like what you're going to be bringing home and stocking your fridge with is meat, animal proteins, fruits, vegetables, starches, like things that are actually going to be like beneficial for you. And then doing your diligence to cook more meals at home, because then again, you're in control of, we talked about like not adding too much of these oils, and you can be in control of how much seasoning is going on your food, all sorts of different parameters. But
absolutely. And that's huge. And again, it can be a simple, your guideline for yourself, your plan for your nutrition can be as simple as, I'm only going to eat out twice per week.
Yeah.
And when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to focus on PP, baby.
PP. I feel like you were waiting to set that up. I love that.
PP.
That's it, dude.
That's all it is. If you just do PP, then you got everything figured out.
That's it.
Which stands for protein and produce.
That's what I tell my son when I'm trying to like potty train him. Just focus on PP.
It's just PP, son. Protein and produce. So
produce.
Yeah, if I'm only going to eat out twice. I'm not going to order DoorDash. Then you have to prepare food.
Yes.
You have to go to the grocery store. You have to, think about what you're buying. It's like just giving yourself that simple guideline of, I'm only going to eat out twice a week.
Yeah.
That can make such a huge difference, because then it forces other things. It forces other dominoes to fall in line with that.
Yes.
Right. You don't have to be like, okay, I'm going to eat 75 grams of carbs on this day, and I'm going to eat 120 grams of carbs on this day because I'm working out, and I'm not doing any. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to get that complicated.
Complex,
if you can give yourself simple guidelines like that, I'm not going to eat out this week, or I'm only going to eat out twice per week, then other things fall in line.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a good chunk.
Okay.
We talked about
wait.
Yes.
I had one more thing I wanted to say. I'm sorry. This was on my mind. And before we move on from nutrition, because you were just talking about like seeing people in the grocery store with their packaged foods, and if the large majority of the enjoyment in your life is based on what you're eating, then reevaluate what's going on in your life. That may be it might be a little controversial, but if your excuse for like, oh, well, I'm just not going to have any fun then because I can't eat freaking Captain Crunch or waffles or whatever. It's like if you correlate desserts or sweets or bad food with reward or with fun or with enjoyment in your life, then you just got to kind of reevaluate what your value system is,
for sure.
And other ways in your life that you can create enjoyment for yourself.
Definitely.
And that's not to say that you shouldn't enjoy food. I love food.
Yeah, and like get the Captain Crunch, but like also get a steak, and also get some vegetables, and also get some strawberries. And eat those things first, and then ask yourself how much Captain Crunch you want.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's like, question your value system around like if your gut reaction to not eating any like junk food is, well, I'm not going to have any fun, I'm not going to enjoy my life, then you need to kind of just pump the brakes, figure out where you can create some enjoyment in your life in other places.
For sure.
Okay. Sorry if I'm true.
No, I love that you said that.
Yeah. Okay. We can now move on.
Yeah. So then point 2, we're talking about training. So we talked about not having a plan with your nutrition. Then we also want to discuss not having a plan with your fitness. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the two. Out of the 5, those are probably the 2
most important
biggest ones, like nutrition and working out, right? Obviously, if you want to improve your health and your fitness and you have goals, then those 2 things are some of the bigger things that need to be in place. And those get overlooked with not having a plan, just not being intentional, right? This is our health. This is the one body that you get in this lifetime. Let's like stop and create a plan and just be intentional with how we're showing up and taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, like our life is not designed for us to just be steamrolled like all the time
Yes.
by events or time or lack
Obligations.
of yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these are two things that you have freedom to control. And with training, it's like, and that's why people like us exist. And I'm not trying to like sell us as the perfect, hey, you can come train with us if you want to, and if you appreciate what we talk about. But like, we exist to assist you in areas that like you might not be as knowledgeable in. So if you're going to the gym and you're just spinning your wheels and like you don't have a plan and you obviously are not moving in the right direction with your training, like maybe you've been going 6 months consistently, that's awesome. But like after those 6 months, like you haven't noticed you've gotten stronger. You haven't noticed any physiological changes. Like then have a real approach that's designed to help you measure your progress.
Absolutely. I'm speaking from personal experience. There are times when I'm on a program and there are times where I'm just quote unquote soul lifting and just like showing up at the gym and kind of doing whatever I want that day. I can maintain and feel good and get good movement and sweat if I'm just soul lifting and, kind of doing whatever feels good that day.
Yep.
I'm not going to make significant progress in my strength or in my physique or my muscle growth if I'm not intentionally on a program that I'm executing.
Yes.
And that's pretty much, across the board for most people. A program is designed specifically to maximize your time in the gym. So that whatever minutes, hours that you're spending in the gym in a week, that time is maximized so that you can get the most progress towards whatever goal it is that you want in that time.
Yeah.
If and again, you can go to the gym and move and maintain your health, and it's better than doing nothing, obviously. But if you want to make real progress, you need to be on a program.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you want to be maximizing that time?
Exactly.
Especially if that time is precious. Like if you get 40 minutes, let's say, at the bare minimum, like to go outside of your home, away from your family or whatever it is to get to the gym, or maybe it's on your lunch break, like you don't have time to be wasting your time.
You don't have time to waste time.
That's it.
Exactly.
So having intentionality behind when I get here or when I get in this space, like I want to prioritize bang for my buck with movement selection and periodization and et cetera. And again, back to like, you don't have to know how to do that stuff. You just want to have that plan readily available so that you can crush it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like putting your hard-earned money in a savings account that earns 2% interest instead of one that earns 5% interest.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
Why would you not just put your money in the one that's going to yield better results over time?
Definitely.
It's really that simple.
And I want to make the point too, because I feel like I get this a lot, like in my interactions, is I think a lot of people think like a program is for the people who are like the most, let's say, out of shape or like in need of getting their fitness right. And that's just not the case. Like you just mentioned, like you and I are coaches, trainers for people, and we both follow programs. Like if you want to get the most out of your training and you want to see results, it doesn't matter what spectrum you are on the fitness realm, like a program is going to make you better. And you're not any, you're not weaker or there's nothing like thought any less of you if you're like following something that's again designed to get you better at what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just a perspective that I've just like, I've taken that in as someone who's like, obviously that is something that I sell is like, hey, hop on my program. I'd love to help you with your fitness goals. And I think a lot of people who, it's like, dude, I already got the built-in rhythm where I go to the gym. I'm fine. Like, I don't, it's like, but it could be better. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. It's like, yeah,
you could be getting more bang for your buck. You could be getting more out of your time in the gym.
Yep.
The other thing is decision fatigue. So many people, like you were just talking about, busy parents, busy professionals, you're making decisions all day.
Yeah.
So you show up in the gym, you have an hour, you waste 15 to 20 minutes trying to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah. Or like what's available. Like, yeah.
And then you got to think like, okay, do I want to do this exercise? Do I want to do that exercise? How many reps? How many sets should I do? What weight should I do? Or you just look at your program and you just do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, you don't have to think.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to make the decision,
Yeah.
right? You can just focus on the workout and executing the workout and trust that, whether it's yourself or someone else sat down and premeditated this laid out, well thought plan to get you from point A to point B over the course of a month or 2 months or 3 months, or whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah. You made a note too in one of our previous episodes. It's like, you use the example for yourself of like, you write the program prior and you commit to following the program prior versus later on, because you're going to stick to what you've written versus trying to make it easier on yourself.
Yeah.
Because like we have like the ability to do that. Like if you don't have someone prescribing the thing for you, like you're going to go to the gym and be like, well, 10 calories on the assault bike. Like maybe today I could do like 6 and you're going to find ways to like make that a little bit easier. But if you know, like, hey, whether it's someone keeping you accountable or that piece of paper is enough to keep you accountable that like, I've got to hit all 10 calories, like you're going to push that extra effort. And then again, you're going to progress further because you did that extra work versus taking it easy on yourself. Like, yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, that gets into like even the more specific than having a program is like having a coach looking over your shoulder, during your workouts. It's just like, that's even more intense.
It's a good meme.
Yeah. Cause you can't, And I try to be that for myself, but you show up in the gym one day and you're like, I don't really feel like squatting 85% of my 1 rep max today because that's hard.
I don't want to throw up.
Yeah, like
I want to be able to walk and sit down on the toilet.
Yeah, but then if it's written down, if it's on the plan, it's much easier to hold yourself accountable.
But you do it, and then you get quads like this guy.
Yeah, you can't see them, but trust me, they're huge. Trust me, they're massive.
That's so good.
Cool. Anything else on programming?
No, I think we've hit a good bit on that.
Yep.
Jumped into number 3, talking about like stress management, which is a big one.
Yes, sleep and stress management. Yeah. So this is the other aspect of training, right? So we have, we're getting a little bit deeper, but I mean, you've heard of like yin and yang, right? The symbol.
Yep.
And what that represents is the two forces in the universe, constructive and destructive, right? And the balance of those two forces gives us life and gives us a universe somewhere to interact with. In our bodies, we have two forces that act in the same way. We have anabolic forces and we have catabolic forces. And anabolic forces, or anabolism, is the process of your body building up, right? So creating new tissue, storing body fat, whatever it is, but like adding cells to the body, increasing muscle mass, increasing soft tissue like ligaments and tendons and bone density. Those are all anabolic processes where your body is taking the food that you're eating and storing and collecting energy and building up.
Yeah.
Catabolic processes are anything that's breaking the body down. Like a workout, for example, is a catabolic stimulus because during your workout, you're breaking your body down. When we go to sleep or we manage our stress well and we recover well from a workout, then we give our body the opportunity to get into those anabolic forces or those anabolic processes that allow us to recover and make adaptations.
Yes.
Right? So it's not just the recovering from the workout, it's the recovering and then also the adapting to, which are kind of two different things. If you're not sleeping well, you're not managing your stress, then your body is going to be struggling to keep up with the demand of the workouts or the catabolic forces that you're putting on it. If you can sleep well and manage your stress so that your body has the space and the energy it needs, then not only will it recover from the workout so that you don't feel sore anymore, but then your body will also adapt to the stimulus. So you say you went and you did a leg workout. It's one thing to recover. It's another thing for your body to actually bounce back and recover beyond the previous baseline.
Yeah, because the goal is
adaptation.
To attack it that next time.
Exactly.
And if you're not recovered, you're not going to have the energy or ability to. Yeah.
And those are, and again, I want to stress that those are, your body will recover, but your body needs to know that it has excess energy and resources in order to actually create the adaptation. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Your body's the priority number one is back to baseline.
Yeah.
Like, let's get out of this state where we're sore. Then if there's excess, there's plenty of energy, there's plenty of rest, there's plenty of food. Then your body's like, okay, we can adapt. We can get stronger.
Yeah.
Because now we're going to be prepared for that stimulus next time.
Yes.
And that's where the sleep and the stress management come in.
And so many physiological processes happen in our sleep, not even just related to muscle and strength training and things like that we're talking about. It's like, I was listening to this podcast that I always reference because I just thought it was super interesting, but it was this doctor for the Navy SEALs, and he was doing a study on their sleep because their sleep was garbage. Like, and most of them, in order to sleep, were taking like sleep medication, like sleep enhancing medication. Like, even some of that like keeps you in this like light state of sleep. So you're not actually like getting into the depth and bulk of your sleep where your body's actually rebuilding. And so with that, what he was studying specifically was like their hormones, like their testosterone and their cortisol, and just seeing how their numbers were like awful. So part of his process was like creating a regimen around helping them get better sleep so that they could perform at the high level that's asked of them. And it's fascinating because it's like, as soon as they were able to get quality, like 6-7 hours of sleep, like everything began to change and all of their hormone levels jumped back to normal and they were performing like the best they ever had for some time. Like they measure that progress so they can see like that had a benefit. So, for the average human being, man, like it's so important. And we talked about in prepping for this, like track it, like just like you do for your workouts, just like you do for your nutrition, or like track it. And now there's all these different parameters, like with your cell phones, where it literally will tell you like, hey, bedtime, and it puts it on sleep mode. You're not getting notifications, and that can be your cueing to say like, I don't need to watch one more episode of this show that I'm binging, or like enough's enough. We can start that wind down process. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And again, sleep specifically, it comes down to, like we just talked about with nutrition and exercise, it comes down to having a plan. You know, we're all busy. We all have stuff going on, but you can put your phone on airplane mode at 9 p.m. And shut off the TV and just like either try and go to sleep or stretch or connect with your family or sit with yourself and just like let your brain digest the day, you know, whatever that is. Or if that's like out of the realm of possibility for you, even just like setting an alarm on your phone at 9:30, you know, the alarm goes off, you're like, okay, the TV's going off, the phone's going away. I'm either going to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling or I'm going to go to sleep. And just like, again, having a plan and creating some discipline, some structure for yourself where, okay, I have these kind of hard lines where this is when I go to bed or this is when the phone goes off, because I have the priority of trying to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep because I want to work out hard tomorrow. Yeah. And it just comes down to having a plan.
And I get it. Like, listen, like my kid right now is not going to sleep easy, and we're having to sit in there for 30 minutes, and by the time he's falling asleep, it's 8:30, and then you walk out of their room and you're like, now I need my time. And I totally understand that perspective, but at a certain point you have to give yourself this recognition that like one more episode or one more whatever it is that you're trying to like grasp at this like unreachable and unattainable thing. Like if so many of us are like, you know, I have to scratch that itch to feel like I had my time and I fulfilled this thing before I feel like I can rest. And it's like, well, maybe the rest is the thing that you need, like straight up. Like,
absolutely.
And I'm not perfect. Like I fall asleep watching the TV. My wife and I will throw on a show and like we're both passing out on the couch and waking each other up and saying, all right, take the dog out. It's time for bed. But it still is like, a wind down period for us. Like, we're not saying like, I need to stay up, I need to watch this, no, it's 10 o'clock. No, I can do one more episode. Like, oh, it's 11 o'clock. Or no, it's like, I know I got to get up at 5:30 or 5 or whatever that is for my training. And if I'm not getting sleep, I'm going to be worthless the next day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, and this gets into some deeper kind of maybe underlying things, which hopefully you guys are on board with, because that's that's what we do here. But
yes,
I love what we're saying about like grasping at this like unreachable thing, because like I understand that experience of it being like 10:30. You know, maybe that's not late for some of the people listening to this, but for me, 10:30 is like past my bedtime.
I'm rarely staying up that late.
So it's like 10:30, and I'm like, looking for like the next thing to watch on YouTube that's like capturing me, but like really, really what it is a lot of times is avoiding having that silence before bed.
Yes.
Which, again, like just we are so stimulated, and we always have something flashing at us, or notifications, or we're scrolling Instagram, or whatever it is. There's always something, right, happening, some information that we're processing.
Yeah.
And we get used to that state, and then we kind of get uncomfortable with just like
when that's not happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like letting our mind kind of just drop down into the body, and really just feeling myself like drop into this chair, and like feeling my feet on the floor, and you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
And sometimes we avoid that because there's something we don't want to think about or don't want to address, something underlying, something that's like spinning in there that we don't want to, think about, something we're avoiding. And that's what it is a lot of times. Yep. But that thing's not going to go away unless you sit with it.
Definitely.
Right. But yeah, and again, that's where the deep rest actually comes. And, outside of sleep, like true rest and relaxation is, it's not watching TV. It's not, scrolling Instagram. It's not just like being static with your body, but it's actually letting your mind settle and just kind of drop down into being present in your body, so you can get out of this freaking cycle of thought bubbles.
It's like a hamster wheel.
Yeah. And we don't realize, we go through the whole day not realizing that we've just been following this train of random thoughts in our mind like it's reality, instead of like, either being present with what's around us or the people around us, or being present with ourselves. Like, oh, I'm here in this body. It's again, I'm ranting on a couple, like some other things, but to me, that's what real rest is. Cause like, even if you're like taking a rest and you didn't work out, but you sat in a chair all day looking at a screen, being stimulated, like you're not really getting deep rest. Like you need to down regulate. You need to de-stimulate your mind. Like, turn off the TV, put the phone away, like stop thinking about work, and just like really actually let yourself drop down into your body and settle.
Yeah.
And, we avoid that.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, even for myself, like, as you say that, I'm like, I need that. I need more of that.
I need more of that.
Yeah.
We all do. And it's like, you have to create time for it, because if you don't, and I'm not perfect.
It's all intentional practice.
Yeah. I'm not perfect either. Obviously it's, you have to create space for self-reflective consciousness, where you're actually just getting time to just digest life, all the things that are happening. Okay, but sorry, action items for sleep.
I would say, and this, I think we can lump it into the stress management, because it's creating processes around, and I know that maybe sounds like a restful even word, but creating like processes around how you get to your rest. Like if that's the end goal, like what are you doing as far as steps to build in healthy practices to bring yourself to that state where you're prepared to rest? So I think it's like having parameters around your phone usage, having parameters around lighting in your home is helpful.
It's a huge one.
Having parameters around, TV time, stimulant time, things like that. And then like setting a hard and fast rule that like, I'm not going to stay out past X amount of time, like whatever that looks like for you.
Yep.
And understanding that like, if I need 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep, this is when I need to be up by for what my day calls for. Then this is my goal for when I'm going to be in bed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's my standard, my guideline is I need 8 hours of opportunity. If I know that I have to be up at 6 a.m., then lights off, I'm in bed 10 p.m. And I may not get 8 hours of sleep, but I am giving myself at least an 8-hour opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my guideline for myself.
Love that.
The one other thing I wanted to touch on as far as just stress management, sleep, rest, recovery is just limiting stimulant use. You've probably heard this before, but caffeine sticks around in the body for quite a while. The half-life is 4 to 6 hours, which means the quarter life, or 12 hours after you consume caffeine, there's still 1/4 of that amount of caffeine in your bloodstream, in your body, acting. So, you drink a cup of coffee at 7 a.m., at 7 p.m., it's like you just drank a quarter cup of coffee, which you wouldn't do that before bed, but that's the amount of caffeine that's still acting on your brain.
Yeah.
So just being mindful of that. I'm not saying don't drink coffee, but coffee after 10 a.m., probably not a good idea for your sleep. Nicotine in the afternoon, probably not a good idea for your sleep. So just being mindful of like, how much, what kind of stimulants you're consuming.
Yeah.
And then also asking the question of like, why am I consuming so many stimulants? It's because you're tired.
Yeah.
Why are you tired?
Yeah, because those are all designed to shut off your body's cueing.
Sleep cueing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's not that caffeine gives you the energy boost. It's that it literally tells your body like, you're not tired. You're not tired.
Yeah.
You're not tired.
It's not actual energy. It's just blocking the tired signal. Exactly. So, So, ask yourself, why am I tired? Why am I trying to block that signal? Because you're trying to stay awake, because you're trying to kind of like scaffold this lifestyle that isn't working. So be mindful. If you can, if you cut out if you cut your stimulants in half, you're going to feel like, probably feel like shit for a couple of days, but then you're going to start sleeping a lot better and you're going to feel better. So
yes,
that's a big one.
That's the end goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that, that comes to a conversation about like pre-workouts too. If you're like crushing a scoop of pre-workout,
dry scooping.
Yeah, dry scooping to try and get a good workout.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're going to get a good workout, but also you might be overreaching because would you have been able to lift that hard without caffeine? I don't know. So you might be kind of pushing yourself
definitely
to a limit that
your recovery from that workout is now changed to
exactly. You're not going to be able to recover as well. You're not going to be sleeping as well that night. So it's just a cascade effect.
Yeah.
So something to be mindful of is stimulant intake for sure.
Yes. And then, which even into our next point could be a practice of rest, is just more daily movement.
Yes.
Because when we talk about energy, calorie expenditure during your day, like this is where the bulk of it should come from. It's not going to come from your 1 hour in the gym. It's going to come from being more active on your feet, moving in some steady state fashion. So
yes,
that's a major player along with the others in getting to where you want to be.
Yeah. So mistake number 4, ignoring movement outside of just your 1 hour workout 4 or 5 days a week.
Yep.
Right. So, you've talked about this before, but non-exercise activity. What's the T stand for? Thermogenesis? Non-exercise activity, thermogenesis.
Yes.
Yeah, stands NEAT. So that refers to all of your movement and, not necessarily exercise, but your body's physical movement outside of your workout program. And that calorie expenditure is actually a much larger proportion of calories you burn in a day compared to your 1 hour workout, right? Which, kind of gets into the point of, why working out for calorie burn isn't necessarily a good strategy. Your workout should be geared towards stimulating muscle growth and the metabolism and your cardiovascular health, but not necessarily for calorie burn. But that's kind of another point.
Oh man, I could go on for days. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movement outside of your workout is really important for, again, if you want to lose body fat or if you want to recover from lifting. Walking and low-level activity outside of your lifting, stretching, those things are fantastic for blood flow and regenerating the body after like a hard workout.
Yep. Yeah, and it's low-hanging fruit. Like how easy is it to just get up and walk? Like that's it. Like as simple as, man, if you work from home, like get up, go to the back patio, do a lap, come back to your chair, sit down, go check the mail, come back, go to the fridge, come back. Like that's active movement. I mean, even like, I know it's a huge thing now. Like my wife has one, like a walking pad, like dude, it's how easy it is to just like set up, and I always give her crap for it. I just think it looks funny, but I love that she's doing it. But it's so easy to just stand at your desk and you're walking. Like, boom, like that. Like technology is amazing.
I love it.
Because now you could go crush 2 miles while still getting shit done.
Yeah, exactly. And that's much more natural. Is like we would be walking miles a day.
Yeah.
Like we evolved, or our ancestors, we had to get up and go find food and resources. So our bodies are expecting that. So walking, as far as, again, blood flow, stimulating the brain, and burning fat for fuel, walking is number one.
And like I mentioned at the very beginning of jumping into this, it can be a practice of stress reduction. Like,
absolutely.
I can't tell you how many times I've popped the AirPods in and put a song on that makes me feel a certain way, or maybe it's a podcast or something that you're just popping in and you just go have your time, or maybe it's nothing at all. Maybe you're just listening to the sound, whatever. But going for that 30-minute walk where you can just be present and just be moving and whatever, like that is peaceful.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that comes back to that, like we were just talking about, letting the brain drop down into the body, getting out of the thought loop, and just walking is so good for that.
Yeah.
That's why so many problems feel like much more manageable after a walk or during a walk than when you're just like stuck sitting.
Yes.
Ruminating.
Yes.
Yeah. The mistake number 4, ignoring activity outside of your workout. So whether it's walking, doing some light stretching, or like yard work, playing with your kids, whatever it looks like, but just getting yourself up and moving outside of that 1 hour a day in the gym.
Yeah, that's a great point, because it's not all just like set aside allotted time for you to go around your block. Like it's all of that. It's like I just walked to the park with my kids, walked back, walked to the backyard, came back. Like it's all of that. And carrying the laundry basket from your laundry room to your room, like those are all, that's activity. Mowing the lawn, you name it. So you're already probably doing a good bit of it. It doesn't have to be overthought of like, okay, I need to schedule another hour to go do that thing. And just be more intentional with
Absolutely.
it. So
yeah, and you can set guidelines for yourself. You go to the bathroom, do 10 squats, or you put up like a pull-up bar in the doorway.
There you go.
That's a great one, honestly.
Sure.
Like one of those cheap like door frame pull-up bars, like put it there. Every time you walk past it, hang for 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's the what am I trying to say? Like creating habit around movement. I tell that with my clients a lot, with like mobility specifically, that type of movement of like, that's not something, a lot of people are like, I want to stretch more. I need to stretch more. It's like, great. Then pair it with something you're already doing, because odds are, like you're saying, like when you go to the restroom, like before I leave the restroom, like, that might sound quirky, but I'm going to hit 10 pull-ups.
Yeah.
Same with
10 pull-ups. Damn.
Hey, dude. I got a funny story about that I'll share after this point. But, like I tell my clients, like pair your mobility with your, brushing your teeth, brush your teeth. And as soon as you're done, drop down and do your 90-90s, do your Spider-Mans, do your core work, like make that a part of your habits throughout the day. Like, anyways, pull story.
Okay.
So I just
Hit us.
I led worship. I was singing songs for this church event, and it was like a men's specific event. And the idea around it was called like Fight Night, which it was sick. It was like empowering men to like take charge and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in that they did a competition, and one of the competitions was chin ups, which I like had to hustle some boys a little bit. Like I'm like in this environment, nobody knows like I literally like eat, sleep, breathe fitness because that's my job for a living. So these guys are like, I want to do it, and they're like, anybody else? And I was like in the back corner, and I was just like, I'll go up.
I'll give it a try.
I'm like waiting for them to go. I was like a couple like younger teenage kids. They like 6, 5. This middle-aged guy, like he hit 10, was awesome.
Nice.
And I was just like waiting. And then I actually surprised myself because I pumped out like 20 chin-ups and
nice.
was just like, yeah. Like
hit 20?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And one of my old clients, in-person training clients, was there at the event. And he took a picture and he's like, "You cheater!" Like you just,
you cheater.
But I definitely
you cheated because you work out.
I definitely felt guilty. So at the end of it, like they gave me like a gift bag for like winning that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, I like handed it to the dude that got like second place. I was
nice.
like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like this. I know what I was doing.
Just your freaking sleeper cell over there, just waiting for everyone else. Like, oh, 10. Wow, good job.
Oh, wonderful. All right.
Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyways.
Nice,
So
man.
yeah. And then the last one.
Yep, mistake number 5.
Which I think this is like powerful conversation. Like, because I think there's a lot in this as far as like how we feel about ourselves, how we internalize ourselves. But that is the comparison game. Dude, I just think we steal away the joy of our progress if we're constantly just looking outside of ourselves. So
yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I love this too because the first 4 are kind of more tangible, and this one is like a little bit more.
It's more like internalizing, and feeling, and
spiritual, esoteric.
Yeah.
It's how you are conducting yourself. It's like your internal environment.
Yes.
Right. And we all do this. I do this. Comparing yourself to other people. There's always going to be people that are ahead of you.
Yeah.
Whatever goal you can possibly conceptualize, there's always going to be someone who is better than you at that or ahead of you, unless
100%.
You're like an Olympic gold medalist or something. But
yeah, I can't tell you how many times I'll like finish a workout and I'm like, babe, like guess what I just did? And then you literally open up Instagram and some dude's doing like 150 more pounds than you on like a hang clean, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that meme where it's like the mouse? I forget what show this is from. It's an old cartoon, Cat Dog maybe or something.
Yeah,
anyway,
Cat Dog.
You know what I'm talking about? Where it's the mouse that walks out of the door, and then he walks right back in the door, like he walked out to be like, "Hey world," and he's like, "Never mind." And like,
No, I don't know that meme.
Anyways, that's what I like to reference when I like think about that stuff. Because to your point, like there's always going to be someone who's like more ahead on the spectrum than you are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So in that, what that can do is that can crush motivation if you allow it, right?
Yes,
if you're comparing yourself to someone else, there's 2 ways to kind of go about it. I think if you have a specific goal of losing 10 pounds or getting stronger, like maybe adding 20 pounds to your squat or something, you can look at people who are ahead of you and you can get inspiration from that, right? And I think that's a healthy way to do it, because then you're not comparing yourself to that person, but you're learning from them.
Yeah.
Right? So you can say, oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
What did this person do that I'm not doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that can be a healthy way to take in inspiration. And that's why we follow people on Instagram that are impressive. That's why we listen to podcasts of the people that we like to learn from. We like to look to people that are ahead of us because we can learn something. But where it gets dark is when we look at someone and think, oh, I'm not as good as them.
Yeah.
Or you put a value judgment on yourself, saying I'm not as like good of a human. I'm not as worthy. Now I'm ashamed because I'm not where they are.
Yeah.
And that's where you kill motivation and you start to just kind of like crawl back into yourself, or you go back into the hole. You're like, oh, okay, never mind. And that's where we again kill motivation, and we don't find ways forward, but we just start to create excuses for why we can't do that.
It's actually a really like selfish perspective to have too, because it means that you're only putting the microscope on yourself. And I think when I get in those mindsets, it's like, how can you replace that with gratitude for like maybe how far you've come in your journey, or where you're at, or what you currently have that you can be thankful for? Because like where that gratitude exists, like that selfishness cannot. Like your envy cannot exist, because you are grateful for what you have and where you've come and all those things. So just a little additive in there as far as like, talking about being solution oriented in this is like, try to be grateful more for like what you've done. If you're on a health journey and you have a goal of losing 40 pounds and maybe so far you've lost 15 of that, dude, be grateful for that.
Yeah.
And that way you can focus on the positives and not focus on the, well, my friend did that and she's here and I'm not. And like, it's really easy to do that, but it's also really selfish to do that. So,
I love that. Gratitude is the antidote to that. And just knowing that you just need to compare yourself to you. To you. Exactly. It's like if you're a step further than you were yesterday or last week, then you're freaking doing it.
Then you're doing it.
You're on the path. Yeah. Just keep going.
Fitness is the perfect example of like a you versus you, like warfare, whatever you want to call it. Like you can only compare yourself to you and where you're at in your current state. Like that's it. And that's the best part of it, because then you can like continue to better yourself. And as you do that, you're going to impress yourself and you're going to be proud of yourself. Like, yeah,
absolutely, man. And I'll say this too, since we're kind of like wrapping this up, if you made it to this point in the podcast, like honestly, if you're still listening to this an hour and 12 minutes in, then give yourself a little credit, because obviously you care to learn. You care about your health and your fitness. Definitely. So like you're here, you're listening to this. That means you're investing time in learning something and improving your position. So they'd be grateful for that and freaking give yourself some credit for that.
Yes. Come on now.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
man. Anything else?
That's it, man.
All right.
Words to live by.
Hell yeah. All right. Peace.